Hello, my name is Kyle. I just left prison on Wednesday following an early release on my 4-year 11-month sentence for threatening to shoot up a school in Ohio from my home in Florida on 4chan. In no way, shape or form should you do this. Please learn from my mistake if you are taking the same path of trolling and internet addiction. I am here to share my story and answer any questions related to trolling or prison. I want to help encourage you to talk about the dangers of cyberbullying, threatening, and trolling. Nobody should have to go to prison for being an idiot like I was. Consider me a cautionary tale. Edit. Thanks for letting me share tonight, guys. I surely appreciate it. You guys keep on being awesome. Good night. What was the process of being initially detained? Did the FBI just knock on your door while you were home and said you were under arrest? Well, the FBI agent and my local sheriff did not press charges. However, the FBI agent did have to report his findings to the Ohio sheriff. Then, they pressed charges and I was arrested at work, taken to jail and waited 27 days for extradition. What was the moment when you realized, oh man, this might not be considered a prank and I may be in deeper trouble than I initially thought? The minute the voice on the other end of the phone claimed to be an FBI agent. Do you still browse 4chan or have you sworn off that website since getting arrested? I'm sure you've had a lot of time to think about what caused you to threaten that. I have sworn off the website. It hasn't even touched my address bar. It's like a PTSD thing for me now. What is your biggest takeaway from this experience? Experience. To work as hard as I can to be the great person I know I can be. My life was a wreck when I was doing all that stuff. I was overeating, drinking every day, and I dropped out of school. So do you think prison helped you as a person? It's helped me because I do not want to be anything like the people there, selling drugs, beating women, hurting kids. It's a terrible thing. I want to be the exact opposite. I want to be a clean, sober guy, an amazing husband and a family of my own someday. What was the most difficult aspect about adjusting to prison life? What did you do with your time? The most difficult thing is adjusting to zero privacy and being treated less than human by guards and other staff. Follow up. What has been the hardest adjustment coming out as a convicted felon? Taking a shower without shoes on and being able to be in a quiet place. So, how do your friends and family view you? I'm sure it'll be a fun topic to bring up around the holidays. They know I would never truly hurt anyone, but they understand I was being a drunk douche and watching me throw my life away. I am very lucky for a shot at redemption. Do you have a job now? What is it? How are you getting back on your feet? I have several jobs lined up. Hope I will be hired back tomorrow. I've got my fingers crossed for you. Good luck. What was your job before you were arrested? I was a weekend custodial guy at the University of South Florida, a position I held for almost 5 years. What was their reaction? They fire you immediately? Or did you quit? What do you think you might do for work now? I was fired by the president of the university. Did doing stuff like that give you a high? What was your primary motivation? And how do you recommend getting across to others who still partake in harmful pranks and cyberbullying? Absolutely, it was a high. Coupled with being drunk. It was a different kind of euphoria, having the power to make people freak out, think something bad is going to happen when it really isn't. Did the realization that there are actual dangers incurred from such behavior make you feel a sense of guilt and as though you had done something definitely wrong? Do you feel regret over your decisions and not because of the impact it had on you personally? I feel guilty for it every day. I wish I had not have been such a loser. The hardest part was encountering the people at the Star Behavioral Center who were directly affected. I tried so hard to prove that it was just a mistake. It changed me personally because I have now eliminated negativity from my life. I am going to be more outgoing and positive and really try to make an impact on the people I know and will meet. I don't want to be a bad guy or solely know as the guy who went to prison for trolling. I want to be a guy who is known to persevere. How exactly did they track you down? The FBI got my IP address and my ISP gave them my billing info. Should have used an incognito tag. What made you think that was a good idea? I'm not even being an asshole. I promise. When I was a freshman, 2000, a kid in my grade made a bomb threat though some really vague communication with someone on a burner phone. They caught him quickly and we never saw him again. Even though you were states away, you weren't nervous? Did you know they were coming for you? Or was it a surprise? Thank you. I followed you from the other thread. It was kind of like the old 4chan cardstand threads. You know, the one where someone would post the webcam of Times Square that was positioned in front of a store with a cardstand out front. OP would then say, "Hey, I am going to tip over that cardstand in 30 minutes. And then it never happens. It was like that. Hey, I am going to shoot up a school in 4 hours. The goal is to make you wait the 4 hours to see if it actually happens." Where do you think you're going after this? And how do you think it changed from where you would be going? I would be dead now. My drinking would have gotten to the point where I could have gone drinking and driving. Now, even through this painful experience, I see a light. I am smarter and more driven to be an amazing, hard-working person who will overcome this thing. What was your daily routine in prison? Wake up about 6:30 a.m. Go to breakfast. Come back. Watch the first hour of GMA. Then watch Match Game on GSN. Then go outside to listen to BBC News Hour on my radio. Come back in full count. Lunch. Afternoon JED instructor job. Count again. Dinner. Jeopardy. More TV then bed. Rinse. Repeat. Something about this mundane routine makes me think prison is like being unemployed and single. Are prisons really as racially segregated as shown on TV? Where you only able to socialize with other people who shares your skin color? No, not really. The prison I was at was about 55% African American, 40% white, and 5% other races. Most guys are cool with each other. The only thing that really causes problems is calling someone a witch regardless of race. Do you feel like an adult after leaving the prison? No, I feel like a schmuck who screwed his life up and has to work twice as hard to prove that I am not a bad guy.